Charmander is one of the most iconic starters in Pokémon history. But how far can this fiery little lizard go on his own? Today I'm attempting the Charmander solo challenge in Pokémon FireRed. The rules are simple. Only Charmander may be used in battle. I apply strict level cap, so I can't level higher than the gym leader's ace. I can't use any items in battle except for held items. And if Charmander faints, I reset. My goal is simple. I want to beat the first 3 gyms with only using Charmander. So with the rules out of the way, I took Charmander, named him Natsu, comment if you get the reference, and let's see if he can live up to the name and burn through Kanto's gyms. Our journey begins in Pallet Town. Of course my rival immediately picks Squirtle, because why wouldn't he choose the one thing designed to put out my flame? Our very first battle is tense, scratch against tackle, Ember not even an option yet. But Natsu digs deep, claws flying, and somehow wins his very first fight. A good omen. Or maybe just beginner's luck? Anyhow, next up, Route 1. But before we can chase glory, Professor Oak sends me on a very noble quest, running delivery errands. I hike all the way to Viridian City, grab his precious parcel and march right back like some kind of glorified mailman. When I finally try to push forward, an old man blocks the road on Route 2. He insists on teaching me how to catch Pokémon. Cute lesson, but little does he know, in this run, we won't be catching anything. Sorry Grandpa, it's Natsu or nothing. Next stop, Viridian Forest. And if you ever played these games, you know what that means. Bug catchers. So many bug catchers. Natsu's Ember absolutely roasts Caterpie and Weedle, so we blaze through with 0 issues. The only real danger here is getting poisoned, which is hilarious, because Charmander's greatest enemy so far isn't Brock's Onix. It's a level 6 Weedle spamming Poison Sting. Although I have a feeling that might change in the future. By the time we reach Pewter City, Natsu is a little stronger and I'm a little more paranoid, and the first real test is waiting. Brock. Now here's the deal. Brock has a level 12 Geodude and a level 14 Onix. My cap is 14, so I can't just overlevel one sweep. So the challenge? Rock Tomb. It's super effective, it drops my speed, and it usually wrecks Charmander. My plan is to Growl to weaken physical moves and Metal Claw to chip down. And with a bit of RNG, it's possible, but honestly, I am expecting to hit multiple resets here. Geodude comes out first. I'll Growl once to soften it up, and then I start spamming Metal Claw. So far so good, and on the last hit I get the attack boost. Perfect setup. Then the real challenge comes in, Onix. I'll Growl again, bracing for Rock Tomb, but it never comes. Instead, Onix uses Tackle, then Bind, then another Tackle. And with the attack boost, Natsu just keeps slashing away with Metal Claw. And that's it, first try. Brock was supposed to be the nightmare fight of this run, but instead, he went down without even touching Rock Tomb. Boulder badge secure. So yeah, the supposed brick wall of the challenge turned out to be a speed bump. Natsu cooked Brock's Rock Snake without breaking a sweat. But this is just the beginning, because next up is Misty. And unlike Brock, Misty's team is built to ruin a fire type. Her ace is a level 21 Starmie with Water Pulse. Not only is it super effective, but it can confuse. Basically, it's RNG hell. This is where the real challenge begins. Before heading into Mount Moon, something amazing happens. Natsu evolves into a Charmeleon. Stronger, sharper claws, and even more firepower. He's growing up fast, and we're going to need every bit of that power for what's coming. Mount Moon itself wasn't much of a problem. The cave is crawling with Zubats and Team Rocket grunts, but Charmeleon just roasts everything with Ember. Geodude, toast. Rockets Rattatas, crispy. And by the time we reach the exit, Natsu's leaving a trail of smoke behind him. I debate on what's next. I can either go to the rival fight or try my hand at Misty. I figured my chances at the rival fight are better, so I go there. He shows up and he's brutal. He has a Pidgeotto, Rattata, Abra and Wartortle. And while battling him, I noticed that this probably isn't the way to go. I tried him twice, but both times Natsu just couldn't get through. Pidgeotto chips me down, and then Wartortle drowns me with Water Gun. And by the time I even get to the Rattata, it's game over. So I think fine, Let's see if Misty is any better. Spoiler alert, she's not. Staryu is manageable at best, but Starmie absolutely destroys me. It's faster, bulkier, and spamming water pulse. It's not even close. So I went back to the rival. I regroup, I think of my strategy, and I go for it. One attempt came close. It was the last Rattata who quick attacked me before I could win. That was a heartbreak. I thought we were there. But finally, after enough tries, RNG finally smiles on me. I get the Metal Claw boost where I need them, Water Gun misses when I need them, and Natsu plows through. Rival defeated and the Nugget Bridge unlocked. The Nugget Bridge itself is just a long trainer gauntlet. Natsu burns through all 5, smacks down the Rocket Recruiter, and even helps Bill with his ult. I turned myself into a Pokemon situation. Natsu isn't just battling, he's out here doing charity work. Finally back in Cerulean, I can face the Rocket Thief behind the robbed house. One beatdown later, and finally I get my hands on an item I wanted. The TM28, Dig. This is the move I've been waiting for. It's the only real shot I have against Misty's Starmie. Without it, the run ends here, so now we've got a fighting chance. Our game plan was simple, but for it to work, every puzzle piece had to fit perfectly. Step 1. Defeat Staryu without taking a single hit. And that's harder than it sounds. It meant outspeeding, hitting it with Smokescreen, preferably like at least twice, and then praying Water Pulse never lands while I Metal Claw, and along the way I'm gonna need a few attack boosts. If that sounds RNG heavy, you're absolutely right. It took me countless attempts to even see Starmie in one piece. But eventually we started to get there. But here we are, the real roadblock of the run, Misty Starmie. After crunching some numbers, I realized there was a path, but it was razor thin. First, land a Smokescreen. Starmie outspeeds me, so I know I'm gonna get Water Pulsed in return. But as long as I don't get confused, and it's a low roll, I survive. Oh well, I would survive anyway, but it had to be a low roll. This part is crucial, because I'm gonna Smokescreen it. But Starmie also has Swift, which ignores accuracy drops. So if Water Pulse is like a regular or high roll, then I'm in range of KOing with Swift, so Misty goes for Swift. And even when all these stars aligned, I had to start landing digs without getting punished. So over and over I tried, and over I fell apart. I was this close to giving up. I thought, I guess, just this run with only Charmander, Charmeleon, you know, the line. It's not possible. But then the stars aligned. The perfect attempt. Smokescreen connected, and I landed dig. And finally, on reset number 49, Natsu pulled it up, and Misty was defeated. From there the road opened. On the way south we took out some of our pent up frustration on some random trainers and a poor Meowth in the wild, before arriving in Vermilion City. The SSM was waiting, which of course meant another rival fight. But luckily at this point Wartortle's best option is just Water Gun, so Natsu held strong and we claimed the HM for cut. Next up was Surge's gym puzzle, but it was actually pretty painless. I just took out some trainers and found the switches quite easily. And then the battle itself, honestly, thanks to the TM for Dick, it's just a walk in the park. No resets, no drama. Surge was done in an instant. And just like that, 3 badges down. 1 fiery boy, 3 gyms, and 49 resets. At least it's proof that in one universe, Charmander can solo the early game of Pokémon FireRed. But whether you should try it yourself, I'll leave that unsaid. If you enjoyed this run, drop a like and maybe consider subscribing. And let me know in the comments, should we try soloing the game with one of the other starters next? This was Playing Peppers, thanks for watching.